taking advantage of the pressure that they're keeping London under and the mistakes that's forcing London into.
3 minutes 5 gone in the third quarter, and London yet to score a point in this half, and that just emphasises once again the Eagles' defence. Yes, Jackman, he's looking to see if he can find somebody inside. Once again, they're looking to Brian Hamming. This time he gets the ball, he faces up against Moses, tries to drive, flick it in, can't make it. Jamal Williams takes part of the rebound, Kai Williams takes the other part, and at the other end, a bullet-like pass from Fletcher splits the defence. Victor Moses takes it one-handed up to the basket, lays it in. 58-32 Eagles. 5
guys in white shirts ball watching.
Definitely don't seem to be finding any answers at the moment, London. There's Jackman.
And Orland Jackman going, I mean, we saw Orland for the whole season, didn't we, here? Yeah. He's either tremendous or he's making iffy decisions. Tonight he's doing nothing else but making decisions that, I mean, it's like he was playing 1-on-5 there.
We have Brian Hamming going to the bench. Will Neighbour coming back on, which was kind of my point earlier that I thought it should have been the other way around, but the coach has perhaps seen that now.
Yeah.
And then nearly down. There's Roberts is wide open. He should make that too, and he does. 6:13 left on the clock, and the first basket of the half for the London City Royals makes it a 58-34 game in the Eagles' favour. And at the other end, ball watching again. Easy pass in by Jamal, good pass in by Jamal Williams, but Victor Moses wide open under the basket, and suddenly he's up to 12 points.
Say it, Jeff, tremendous passing.
Yeah. I think definitely was a great pass in as Will Neighbour to shoot a 3. That one's off. Kai Williams comes up with the rebound. Was a great pass there, no doubt about it, but I took your point about the ball watching. You know, Victor Moses was able to get completely isolated and got free. Fletcher at this time finds Jamal Williams inside. That one's off. Will Neighbour takes the rebound. There's Dusha pushing the ball, gives it to Jackman. Jackman turning, twisting. I think that's going to be a travel. Certainly is a travel. Jamal Williams once again. And I think there's going to be a technical foul on Jamal Williams.
Why would Jamal want to get involved in that?
Yeah, I think what he was saying, he obviously blocked Orland Jackman, and Orland Jackman therefore travelled, and I think Jamal was just trying to make a point of, like, you know, you don't do that in my house, but he was a bit over vociferous and quite rightly in my opinion got the technical foul. Just to rub it in, Orland Jackman has missed the free throw. We're having a little bit of trouble here, Dave. Oops, you alright? Having a bit of trouble with Dave's. Unfortunately, we have very, very, very thin chairs up here, and Dave's has just collapsed. Unfortunately, Dave's had to take a seat on the floor. Try and continue on the game as Jackman comes away from an Eagles miss. Once again, Drew Lasker with a hand in the cookie jar knocks the ball dead. London City Royals get the ball back. A long range 3 from LVC. Dushas misses. And once again, Drew Lasker. That's fantastic transition basketball from the Eagles there. Drew Lasker took the rebound up the court. He fed the ball to Jamal Williams. He found Victor Moses on the trail, and Victor Moses laid it in for 2. Fantastic play from the Eagles. Takes them to a 62-34 point lead. Here's Neighbour. He gives it to Jackman. Jackman inside to Wofford Humphrey. Turnaround jump shot from Wofford Humphrey's off. Jamal Williams up for the rebound. Takes it. Gives it to Fletcher. Fletcher's down the other end. Was stripped there by Wofford Humphrey. Doing well. And Jackman this time will go all the way to the basket, but he loses the handle. And once again, the ball comes off Orland Jackman. And at this moment in time, London City Royals really do look a very, very dishevelled outfit. And Orland Jackman now gets a seat on the bench after his misdemeanours of the last couple of minutes. Drew Lasker getting a fantastic round of applause from the Eagles fans as he goes and takes a seat on the bench and is replaced by Kyle Williams. And in all that confusion, both up here in the commentary box and on the court, the Eagles are leading 62-35. You all right now, Dave?
Is there anything exciting?
Well, actually, Dave, I didn't see you go down at first, so I was just trying to continue on. Jamal Williams lays it in, and now it's a 30-point Eagles lead. And, you know, London City Royals certainly finding out what the BBL is all about tonight. Nice lay in there, though, by AJ Roberts for 2 points. And this game virtually dead now. At 3:36 to go in the third, and Eagles leading by 28 points. And on offense, Fletcher just about keeps it alive. He gives it to Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams needs no second invitation to shoot. Victor Moses couldn't put the rebound back. And Kyle Williams gets stripped by Brian Amming, who's back on. Brian Amming trying to go coast to coast. I think that'll be a foul by Victor Moses. Yeah, foul by Victor Moses. His second. He's at 14 points now. Eagles spreading the score in the round. Darius Defoe coming on. He'll replace Jamal Williams, who gets a fantastic round of applause. And Jeremy Smith replaces Ramon Fletcher. Fab Fanoy coming on. And he's going to replace Kai Williams. The Eagles making 3 substitutions with 3:13 to go. Leading 64-36. We'll say 3:13 to go. It's 3:13 to go in the third quarter. Fanoy obviously come on to play the point unless they're going to let Jeremy Smith play the point. I wouldn't have thought that would happen, but Dusha for 3, and he makes the 3. Dusha, one of the few people tonight who's
I mean, they made that early substitution. Like you, I didn't agree with Will Never being taken off, but obviously we don't know what Junior Williams' point he was making or really wanted. But I just think that Dusha, who's absolutely a think pass first, is exactly what they needed to come on and steady things at the point. And Neighbours playing with such good composure. Those two have made a difference.
3 seconds call in the key. That's 2 in one night. Wow. And with 3 seconds on Brian Amming, and he's not for the first time disputing the decision with the referee, but he's probably not quite counted the 3 seconds while he was putting the second 10 peg in.
Well, they do take into account, don't they, how long they've been in there before they became active.
Yeah, and to see whether they're looking to come back out as well, isn't it? Yeah. So Fanoy running the point now. Eagles leading 66-39. 2:26 to go. Fanoy's passes deflected by Dusha into the hands of Much, who's back on. He gives it to Dusha on the offensive end. He has Brian Amming. He's going to try and get to the basket. This time he does. One-handed dunk. Brian Amming's second field goal of the game with 2:06 left to go in the third quarter. It's Jeremy Smith from the Eagles. He finds Kyle Williams. Defoe comes up. Ball off the foot of Ed Lucas. Wow, that was a long range 3 from Dusha. It's a shame it didn't count, because that would have been definitely one of the highlight plays of the week.
With the excitement of disappearing to the floor with the collapse of my chair, I've not really seen. And obviously what we're looking at here is London going into a 2-3 zone.
Yeah.
And I see that the Eagles are taking advantage of trying to get people into that high post spot. They're either flashing Darius there or Victor there, which I think will work really well. We just need to make sure I have good passes in.
Jeremy Smith couldn't convert, creating his own shot, but Victor Moses done a great job on the boards. And this time when he just misses his layup, and Darius Defoe can't make the rebound. Will Neighbour comes away with it. And we have Deshawnee Much to find Dusha. Dusha looking to see whether he can find Brian Amming. He can. Kyle Williams comes across. That's a bit of a mismatch. And this time Brian Amming manages to lay it in. Another 2 points for himself.
He's just finding a bit of freedom, isn't he? Which is a little bit worrying for the Eagles. But you wouldn't think that would be the case with having both Victor on and Darius.
Yeah, I think he did find a couple of times. There's Darius Defoe from there. 10 foot, knocks it down nicely. Keeps the Eagles 25 up. Much now coming forward. Ball handling. Dusha calling the play without the ball. Comes round, working hard to get the ball back. Gets the ball back, but wasn't really a very good handoff from Much. And Dusha runs the ball out of play. trying to get it under control, and is rewarded with a seat on the bench. And Olin Jackman comes back in. Dusha not very happy with much. And I think there's been a lot of talk about how London City Royals have been very much together in these opening games, but they haven't shown a lot of cohesion tonight, Dave.
No, I mean, as I say, the Eagles read all the press releases about the London Royals and absolutely got themselves hyped for this game. They've kept them under pressure from the start, and they're showing no signs of taking it off and relaxing at all.
There's Fletcher back on, and Jeremy Smith going for three, knocks down the three.
Good shot to take, because it'd been at the end of good ball movement. So what the Eagles will be looking at here is getting the transition going against this zone.
I think that your point that you made there before, Dave, probably just right. I mean, they've only scored 13 points in this quarter, London, but it's nearly all been in this last couple of minutes where Eagles do just seem to be taking their foot off a little bit on the gas. But it's 71-45, perhaps could be excused for that. Oh, now we've got Darius Defoe shooting threes.
Did I actually see that?
Yes, you did.
Wow.
And it went in clean as a whistle as well. And it brings